That was all you.
was quality.
I didn't say anything during that. That was crazy. How you did all those sounds.
I know.
Wow.
And everybody's going to be like,
Exploded.
Baker Street, Rafferty.
It all blew up.
Yeah, everybody blows up.
As it goes off with the explosions.
You gotta have, and I don't smoke, but you'd have to have a cigarette so you can flick it away as it happens.
Toothpick.
Toothpick. That's better.
Cowboy. The Worm. Nicolas Cage. I don't know who that's in the movie. Is it Nicolas Cage?
In The Worm?
Yeah, isn't that a movie?
Worm?
Sandworm.
Sandworm.
Where they hassle the worms. It's in the ground.
And
they blow things up.
No.
You know what movie I'm talking about, though, right?
You're talking about Tremors, and that's Kevin Bacon.
Oh, damn. Same person, I mean.
Tit for tat.
Demons.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Hello, welcome back to the Yes Year Podcast. That's how I am from Boston.
cake.
I'm from Boston, so you get the podcast.
No, that doesn't sound anything like that. That was a terrible.
Boston. Bastion, please. Never ending story? No? Bastion. And then I blow up. My name is James. I'm joined by my co-host. Oh my gosh. All of my O's are A's.
Get it out. Get it out.
I'm joined by Beth. Beth, how are we today?
Porf.
Borf.
I've got a question for you.
No. Oh. Yes.
I'm great, by the way. I'm really tired.
As per usual.
Always tired.
Pretty sure that's always where you're at.
I was thinking we should change the podcast. Oh, I had a great name. Oh my god, I thought about this earlier, and then it was so funny in my mind. Oh, it's okay. The good, the bad, and the ugly podcast. But it's only ugly because we only have done bad movies these last kind of weeks.
Oh no!
That we haven't liked. That I haven't liked. You know.
You like Mr. Mom?
No, I mean I did not like.
Mr.
I did not like Mr. Mom.
No, you did not.
But I think it's in relevance to the terrible reviews we get. So that way it's it's relevant because it's like that we're on par with the name of the podcast.
Shoot.
Good, bad, and ugly, but there's no good. But
just ugly.
Anyways, I do have another question.
What do you got?
So, would you rather have unlimited bacon but no more games, or unlimited games?
What games?
But no games.
But no bait. You said unlimited games, but no games?
So listen, I'll say it again. Don't interrupt me. Selfish. Unlimited... What did I just say? Unlimited bacon, but no more games. Or games. Unlimited games. And no games. Choose. You get 3 seconds.
I guess I'll take the bacon.
Okay, you fat scum.
I went to my doctor, and he said,
"You're fat."
He said, "Don't eat anything fatty." And I'm like, "Oh, like bacon?" And he said, "No, fatty, don't eat."
Did he really say that to you?
No.
Gosh, that's so awful. Be real uncalled for. I'd be like, sad. Real sad.
I don't want to say
I'm not going to the doctor anymore. I was thinking about that because it's October.
Yeah.
And it's the 3rd.
It's medical time.
Is it the 3rd? It activated on the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like scheduling appointments.
You need to.
I don't know what questions to ask. Second, tell me I'm 5'7", I don't want to hear it yet. I don't want to hear how I grew another inch.
You did?
I want to be 5'6". You're a liar. You're a liar.
We measured you with a measuring tape.
Yeah, you measured me with a measuring tape, which is not real measurement. Are you a doctor? Do you have one of those machines that they put down on your head and they scale you?
I play one on TV.
I hate that thing.
We can put you up against the wall.
No.
And we'll do the pencil on the head thing.
Really?
And we'll mark.
I'm going to tell Mom.
And then
that you marked her walls.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, well, good. I think that's something that I would want to do with my kids, is do the mark wall thing. I think it's cute. If I owned a house at that point in time, which I won't because I'm going to be...
A hermit?
In debt.
Oh, who isn't?
That's what I'm saying. People with nice houses and raise their kids and put the markings on the wall.
I am in debt, and I own our house, and
you still didn't do it. And we did not own this house when I was growing up, and you were aging, and so that the points at time when you would mark the wall was acceptable.
I mean, I can't cut the wall out and bring it with me.
Yes, people do that. Yes. Architects. This guy could have done it.
Who?
Joe. I don't know. I don't remember his name. Irrelevance. Man. At first I thought it was the dude from Insidious. And I got real excited. And then I was like, oh. It's because it's not.
No.
They look a lot alike.
It's Michael Keaton.
He looks real aged.
Well, what are you going to do? So our weekly episodes...
I have a question for you at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
It's going to be a would you rather question.
Yeah. All right. Have turned more into a monthly episode? We
are very busy.
Due to schedule conflicts and just being so busy.
Yeah.
Which is...
Because I'll tell you what. All y'all now not in college and school don't know what it's like.
I'm in college.
I said all y'all who are not in school.
Oh, yeah.
If you listen to me.
I'm on break right now.
That's cool.
Until like next week.
I am not.
Oh, actually, I'm not. My school started. Crap. Now I'm busier.
Oh, crap. Dang. But yeah, having it to where it was easier to do things on Tuesdays because, the scheduling, how I was being scheduled, it was like, oh, well, everything's lining up. And now I'm getting where I'm scheduled like the devil's hand on the weekends, like working. Because, thinking about Friday, I went in and worked till 11 to turn around and then Saturday work at 12 to 9 and then turn around and do it again today.
Yeah.
It's jank.
Oh, it is.
That leaves me I would have to wake up early on a weekend.
Yeah.
I have school the rest of the week, so waking up early is what I'm doing anyways. But to wake up early on a weekend to try and, I had to wake up, I woke up at, try to wake up at 10 a.m. so I can do my Excel homework, which did not take me that long because Memory is from keyboarding, where she forced us to do that and whipped us so that we would get together. I know so much about Excel because I had to take the Macy's Day Parade and put that into spreadsheets. I had a spreadsheet, like the 2009 Macy's Day Parade. I know so much about the Macy's Day Parade website and also all of their things because I spreadsheet all of it in Excel.
Well, that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, and it came back to me in memories. So it was all like, how do I select all of this? Oh, I know. XYZ.
Yeah.
So that took me about, 40 minutes to do.
That's not too bad.
No, but I had procrastinated before actually getting to the assignment. So when I woke up at 10 a.m., it was then 11 before I started the assignment. So it took me 40 minutes, and then I was on my way to work, so I didn't bring anything food-wise.
I know. And I completely had planned that when I ran out to lunch, I was going to stop and get you something.
See, and even when you asked me if I had eaten breakfast, I also thought you were going to bring me something. Yep. And I didn't get a single call while I was at work.
And I literally had all kinds of plans of bringing you something. And then I was even going to maybe even make a sandwich here and bring it to you.
I would not have liked that. I would have been real spiteful about that.
I know.
Real crap.
But
is it Miracle Whip?
No. I spent so much time still cleaning and doing everything and organizing and doing this. We didn't eat lunch.
Yeah, it's how it happens.
Because
I ended up making a papadilla because I've been on that. Like every time I'm hungry now and I'm at work and it's available, I go, I'm gonna make me a Parmesan crusted papadilla, nothing on it but cheese and the thing is basically pizza folded over, but it is the best thing I've ever had. With the garlic butter.
Yeah.
When it's still hot. There's nothing that compares to it. It's awesome. It is awesome sauce.
Nice.
And I hate myself. They are so awful for
you.
They
really are.
They are so awful.
It's literally like grease and fat wrapped in flavor. And
I go through it. It's like my third one this week. That's a lie. It's like my fourth or fifth.
I used to get the Italian ones late night. So literally eating something that's the worst for you way after hours when I'm just going to go home and go to bed. But I love them. And I used to like to cook them and then taking more cold cheese and put it on there so that it would melty.
You're a freak, though.
So good.
I don't like it like that. I don't like a lot of cheese.
I do.
You remember when I would go through phases and I'd be like, yeah, I want no sauce, cheese, and then no cheese but sauce, and then light sauce.
Yeah.
I'd like, my perfect pizza in reality is to cook it with the cheese and then take all the cheese off. I like that. I like how the sauce tastes with just the bread. But I would not eat it if you gave me the bread and just the sauce. It's not good. It's crap. I won't eat it. Or if you just put the marinara through the thing and no cheese on it, then it burns. It's all gross.
So you have to have the cheese as a buffer.
Yes, because the essence of the cheese soaks into it. If I have the cheese and it's too much cheese in my mouth, I'm like, bleh. I end up peeling it off.
That is a
It's a
shame.
real weird alleyway we've gone down with this one. What's your favorite kind of pizza? I'm not asking you. I'm asking the audience. So don't even answer. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, email us. Let us know. Yes to your
They're
podcast
gonna
at
email us
gmail.com.
horrible hate comments.
We don't care about pizza. They don't sound like that.
Some of them do.
Maybe. Maybe they do. They're like, I do sound like that. That's their business. But yeah. Not that the podcast isn't a priority, but life happens.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. Could not remember.
Yeah.
Like-
And anyway, the podcast didn't happen last week because we were in Richmond, Virginia at the Glass Animals concert, rocking it out. Proper. I stood there with my arms crossed, looking angry.
I have not been able to get it out of my head that I ruined it for the people around me because they were filming too, and I feel like I was obnoxious.
Nah.
And I'm
You
real
sang
sad about it.
you sang
because my videos. I don't even want to post my videos
because you're singing along.
because
with
I'm
it?
singing and my mic picks me up because it's how the phones work.
Yeah.
Because like some of the videos when I start off, it's real loud on the phone and it sounds good, and then if I say anything, it goes to me. And I can't post them because it makes me feel bad. But I know in the moment, you can't really hear anything.
Yeah.
So you want to be loud because you want to, vibe with everyone else around you. But my voice, if I get too loud, it gets cracky. My voice, like especially when I was a kid in older videos that I have, like on the DS or whatever, my sound box was real janked up. So my voice is real like I like to think about like skyscrapers. It's kind of like that where my voice would it just shifts. And it'll either be like real low or like low and like saturated. It's how I think about it. It's real bad. Because I used to be really self-conscious about my voice, and then it evened out into a nice tone. Because I can like throw my voice kind of like everywhere. It's like a little soundboard, but I can't keep it. I can't sing. I can sing at lower tones.
Yeah.
And like in a car, and like it's like, oh yeah, I'm going with this. But I hit a certain level of being it's just loud, and it's not. And I worry that people were filming and trying to get the thing, and then it picked me up. And that bothers me.
Don't let it bother you.
It's bothering me.
It really shouldn't.
Some of them, they're going to listen to the podcast and be like, I know who you are. You were behind me.
Oh, you're that girl.
Yeah.
No.
You ruined the concert for me.
No. But I did have an awesome time. I was concerned about the autographed poster getting stolen.
Yeah, I was worried
And,
what was the next thing I was taking it.
yeah,
I
me
feel like they
too.
said something about
Like
it at
they
some
were
point,
like-
and I kept looking.
me too.
Yeah.
And then I was watching the people standing behind us because I was like, that's just a quick.
Yeah.
And then how am I going to prove it? There's no videos in here and anything like that. And I hate to think that way about people.
Yeah. I mean, but if it was us, I'd do that. If you left your poster there, that's why I actually, when we were leaving, somebody hit something and it fell, and it was a water bottle or a beer can or something, but I thought it was like a poster or something. I would have taken it. I would not have let them know. I would have been like, that's mine. Double the price. I mean, double the, you want it back? $200.
Shoot.
Yeah, but I think next time if we're going to do it, we're going to get the meet them tickets. Might as well,
Yeah. If
Not
you're going to do it, do
yeah,
it right.
Do it right. I just don't know what I would say, because you go up to people who are famous like that, and you don't want to tell them something they've heard a million times.
Well, what we do is we slide in and we try and make ourselves on their same level. Say, hey, we have a podcast. And then
No.
that way. No, that's what we do.
They're gonna think we're snooty.
No, but that way it breaks the ice down. See, because everybody would treat them that way, like, oh, you're up here because you're the Glass
I would
Animals
ask
and
them
we're just these
what their
people.
favorite book is.
And then we could just be like, oh, we do a podcast. That's pretty cool. And we have.
Sound real egotistical, real narcissistic. I would kick you out.
I
The
am.
hell out of here. Yeah, I know you are.
I mean-
That's why you're not allowed to talk.
So I just have to sit there cross armed.
Yeah.
Look at me
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that guy looks really
It'd
angry.
be like, how we were looking in, we were talking about in the pit, those parents that were right there who just brought along because their kid wanted to see it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you look, and they'd be like, oh, this guy. And I'm down there, real excited face, crying, immediately tears. I really look up to you guys, and you've inspired me so much with my arts and stuff, and I follow you on Twitter.
Can I touch your keyboard? No.
You know, I feel like if okay, here's the plan. We'll buy one of those frogs, the instruments, you know, the croak one,
Yeah.
and we'll sign it.
Oh.
And we'll give it to them
Here.
to use in their next song. We'll make it a challenge.
Gotcha.
I'll be like, I want this frog to have screen time in your video. Because you know how they like using the funky instruments.
Yeah. We should also ask them like really stupid questions like, is this the chair that you sat in when you wrote Gooey?
You know what we can ask them?
No.
Would you rather have unlimited bacon?
No.
No games.
I'm not trying to get kicked out.
I mean, how much time do we give these guys, you know? Is it like a hello and then leave, you know?
I don't know.
I'm
Like,
going to
what
want
if-
at least half an hour.
I mean, what if we really jive? Can we go like hang out afterwards?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
that's
hotel
why-
are you staying in? Yeah, but are you going to be all like, what if they like, oh, hang out with us, and it's like 1 a.m. Are you going to be all like, gotta get home, not thinking about this drive back, you know? You're going to be all,
If we had meet the band tickets and the band was in like, hey, do you guys want to hang out with us for a while? We're hanging out for a while.
hanging out for
Damn the man.
several hours. Damn the man. You're going to fall asleep and be like, oh, my dad fell asleep.
Y'all got a hotel room?
Y'all get the tour bus.
Does it got
Let's go
beds?
to the next one. Does it got beds? Y'all want a bunk? I snore.
Yo, I completely slept with glass animals last night. Not that way. I like was in their
I
bed.
peed.
I peed the bed. I mean, like this 40-year-old dude.
Their next song comes out. So, peeing in the bed.
Yeah. This goes out to that 40-year-old dude who peed in our bed. Thank you.
Ew. Oh, shit.
I appreciate being acknowledged.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, the frog idea is good. I'm not going to steal that. I
Something,
might be pissed.
I feel that if we did spend time with them, something that we said or did would inspire some kind of line or something in a song to the point to where we'd be like, yeah, that's
We're good. The frog. We put a little note in the frog's mouth.
yeah.
So we give it, because we don't know how much time we get. So we're like, look, we got you this frog. Its name is Jimothy.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be a great song for
Yeah.
Jimothy.
Jimothy. He croaks. Here's a challenge. Use it in your next song. Try it. It's good. Listen to this. On the back, croak. They vibe with it. They go, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jimothy. Jimothy solo. Put a little note inside the mouth of Jimothy.
Yeah.
They unravel it. It's a secret map
Hmm.
to give us money. It's actually a ransom.
It's a ransom. We have you, bassist. They could name it Frog Potty. No. I don't know.
Frog potty.
Frog Potty. Potty. Like, this is a potty.
Oh, Poddy.
Yeah.
I thought you said potty. Potty. Like frog poops here.
No.
That's what they're gonna think. I forget they're from the UK.
Yeah.
I was listening to Space Coast to Coast.
Space Ghost.
Sorry.
Coast to coast.
It's my speech impediment.
Okay.
Mr. Over here with my O's or A's. Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, and what was it? Helium. I don't know. They talk about references, and I'm like, is this in the UK? I don't know this. I know this was in the UK, but when they sing, they don't sound
No.
like UK singers.
Hmm.
Because I listen to some bands that are also England bands.
I think UK, and then they sing and it sounds a certain way. But if they're like British,
Mm-hmm.
then you can hear.
Well, they are.
All right.
Like in the interviews, they're like the fancy speaking.
Pinkies up. I don't know. Whatever. Anywho.
Anyway, this podcast is not top priority. That's where we were last time.
I literally said that it is.
Yeah.
It is top priority. It's just
It is not top priority. It is a priority, but it's not a top priority.
right. It's priority, but
There's
in
more important
life, you passing your college courses
Yes.
is priority, And if it takes you having to study 2 nights in a row instead of coming down here and recording a show, you're studying, because I would much rather you have A's or pass. Let's just say pass.
I do not have A's.
Yeah.
I'm passing.
That's what matters.
Actually, I do have A's. I think my lowest grade is that 74 in bio because everyone bombed the test. And she's all like, here's extra credit, but it's going to lectures, and I don't want to do that.
And it just takes...
I said no.
God, it just takes one bad one. Like, it's not... A lot of it is not like necessarily high school where you have such an abundance of work that you can do bad on a couple things, but you're still cumulatively getting a nice fat B. Mm-hmm. This thing is like, we're having 3 tests.
Test is like 90% of your grade.
And it's, man, that's a killer.
And then you got exams at the end of it, which I'm going to bomb. I'm going to fail them.
Oh, you're sure.
I don't know. Is it like in the sense of if I have a D, I pass the class?
Yeah, you pass.
Or if I fail the exam, I have to retake the class.
As far as I know, as long as you have a D,
okay,
overall, it's passing.
Then I should be fine.
All right,
maybe for right now. For right now.
Man,
did I tell you I got an 80 on my? Oh wait, I did on the lab.
I always love to hear about successes. It's always good.
Because at first I thought I got a 60 on it, but then it was like 60 out of 73.
Oh,
so I was like, oh, cool. I was real happy about it.
I was like, 60 sad face out of 73.
Yeah, it was literally just like that. I was like, oh, because my friends were all like, oh, I got an 80, 81. And I was like, I got a 60. Oh, it's out of 73, never mind, 80, Jimmy Jammies. So.
Nice.
I just need to focus more. It's real hard when you wake up, and you have to hop into a class. I'd be real slacky on my math class. But it's because it's stuff I already know. So I'm sitting here like, I don't need this. And I just go through and I take the homework and whatever and just put it through. And it's fine. But being on the Zoom calls and she's like, what the heck? There's also this one guy in the class who's all like real obnoxious. She's all like, hi, good morning. He's like, good morning, I'm here. Nobody cares. Mute yourself again. Stay muted for the rest of the class.
I'm just going to put everybody on mute. Everybody else still talking. He's muted.
He's still talking while muted. Mouth moves, Yeah, right.
Nice. All right. So we're here this week.
And what is this?
We are... that's a...
I mean, a
laminator.
The laminator. I didn't know we had that.
We do?
I wish I would have known that. I needed a laminated last week. It's for laminating.
To laminate.
Yeah. Laminated.
Yes. Lamat.
Do you have the papers for it? I feel like you don't.
You do.
Don't see it there.
Yeah, we have them.
What are you laminating?
Mom was doing bookmarks.
Oh, right. All right, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, we're here this week, ready to go.
For what?
So.
Oh.
For what? So this week we're going to talk about White Noise. Personally, I really enjoyed the movie. Not just because it stars Michael Keaton, but for the story topic. I know we've talked in length before about what we do and do not believe when it comes to paranormal. You got silent eyes. But do you have any experiences with EVPs and that type of contact?
Well, yeah. We talked about it.
What?
We talked about it. When we were at the old house, we busted out a Ouija board and summoned demons. I'm a liar. At the old house, we were in this room, but obviously not this one that we're in right now.
Yeah.
The other house.
It's weird that we lived in a house that was the exact same house, just a different house.
And I'm just mean for no reason.
Oh.
I'm a bad person. Anyways, so listen. Sardines. No. So we were in there and we had mom was using the messaging app, the one that you could voice memos or whatever. I've never seen the app in my life. I don't know. It's on the Apple phone. I don't know. And she was all asking questions and stuff, but we were in pitch black. Why does it always have to be so dark? Makes no sense to me. They want the light. They want to take the batteries out, Yeah. Why do we have to be in the pitch black?
I don't know.
Who made up that rule?
No.
Does it scare the ghost? Ooh, spooky dark. Or, I mean, ooh, spooky. Oh, go to the light. Ooh, like moths.
We don't want them distracted.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair enough. Anyways, but Mom was all asking questions in the pitch black, and we were sitting there next to her. And she played the recording back, and there was an old man's voice on it, talking. And we were all like, oh, what the hoodoo weenie? And when we went upstairs, she's like, all right, go to bed now. And she was like, but don't think about it, otherwise you're going to summon bad spirits. What am I supposed to think about? What am I supposed to be thinking about? Because it doesn't bother me. You know, ghosts don't bother me. Bad spirits bother me.
Right.
You know?
Fair.
They literally want to do that. They want to come in, poo all over your brain.
Mm.
I don't know.
That's not fair.
I always think about the episode of Adventure Time with the ghost fly that wanted some of Jake's soup, and he killed it before he let him, so he had unfinished business. So he comes out a ghost fly, and it's all poo in his soup. Everybody's all like, "No, man, ghost flies they poo on your soul," and then the ghost fly goes in between them and poos on his soul and everything. He's all upset about it. Gross. No, but that's a real question. If you pass on and you're a spirit, are the ghosts of other things there? Because I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to be real unhappy if I die and there's spider ghost. Because I tell you what, I bet the world's full of bug ghost.
Do you know
Insects everywhere.
that Thomas Edison invented electricity for the
fun.
sole purpose of fighting moths? Because moths used to grow to the same size as humans.
They were huge.
And the only way that they could keep them from doing so was to kill them at an early age when they were still small. So
They adapted.
yeah, that's the only way.
It's crazy that they get so big, though. Some moths still get that big
Yeah.
in other places.
It's
That's
it was
real.
they erased it from
They
history.
get huge.
They do.
It's true, moths get real big.
I know. I've seen the pictures of them holding them in their hands.
Yeah, man.
You know how
Think about
uncomfortable I would be
spiders,
with
man.
that? If I looked over and the thing's like,
I don't want to go to Australia.
no, it sounds like a horrible place.
It does.
There's either you're in the immense outback, which is all like desert and horrible, or you live where there's society and there's horrible things that want to kill you
horrible, deadly insects and snakes
all the
and
time.
kangaroos and
Right.
people
Even
who live in Australia are like the people who will survive the apocalypse.
yeah, even the kangaroos are jerks.
Yeah, all of them.
They're
They're having a
look at you
horrible
like-
time over there.
They just walk up and
People
kick
like
you,
living there.
fight you.
Weirdos, man.
Yeah.
But I've seen. I mean, you know, you look up in the corner. You get into your house and you look up into the corner, and there's just a giant spider and babies.
Yeah.
And you know, I can't kill this because
Right.
then the babies are gonna go everywhere.
Right.
But if you don't kill it, then you're gonna have a bunch of those giant spiders all over your house.
Yeah.
What
And
do
where
you
did
do?
they come from?
You know what? I carried a stack of boxes over today at work, over from the side over into the production. And a spider crawled out of one of the boxes. And it didn't crawl onto me because I was labeling other boxes and I looked over, but it was a real big spider that crawled out. And not just my big, but other people were like, oh, it's horrible. But here's my question. Why do spiders shrink up so much when you kill them? You know, they shrivel up real small.
I've read something about it.
I don't believe
It has to do with how they
Water.
protect.
Well, it didn't protect itself because now it's dead.
Yeah.
So what a dumb way to start that. When they die, they shrivel up to protect what? Their carcass? They're dead.
I think they do it so you can turn them into ornaments
Cool.
to hang on the tree.
You know what? I would have rather you have said that because your other response was just terrible. But no thought. I read something about that actually. It's to protect. Terrible.
No, I did. I'm saying that there was something that somebody was saying about why they do it, but I don't.
Don't have anything to do with protection.
I don't. Their veins constrict.
I believe that. Believe it over protection. Because they're dead. But they do. They shrink up so much.
Yeah.
And they get real small.
And then they it's the food. So that way when you say, oh my God, there was a huge spider in here, people come and see the little speck and they're like,
Yeah, because they know. The spiders
that
know.
is not that
The
big.
spiders know. Yeah.
And the spider's like, haha.
Because it's dead. I have zero brain thoughts. Nothing going on in that spider's head. Just keep getting worse.
Ghost Spider is watching.
God, how pissed I'd be. And imagine you like die in your sleep peacefully.
Yeah.
And your soul ascends, and you got spider carcasses all over you.
Ugh.
Like your body, the soul carcasses of spiders.
Yeah.
So they're just everywhere. Crawling up on you and stuff. You know that one episode where, like, we were talking about when Finn touches the lamb, and then all the spirits are on Ice King, and he's like, "Oh, I can't touch them. They're just here," and then he can't touch them, and they crawl all over him.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible.
Yes.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah. So, oh yeah.
Ow.
So, yeah. So I'm a big fan of this type of proof, EVPs.
Keep getting real distracted.
No, you're good. Because I feel that it's a bit more solid than others. I watch a lot of videos of like things moving or just out of frame shapes and stuff like that. But it seems to be more real when you get intelligent responses from the beyond. Yeah, I said it. Because how they like. I was just watching this one, and they were like in Johnny's bedroom and something like that, and they had to knock and say, "Can I come in?" And if not, if the door closes, he doesn't want you in there. The door slowly closed, and I'm like, There's so many different ways to do that. But if I'm talking to something and I play back, and then there's all of a sudden there's voice there answering what I said, whoa, that's crazy to me. So. Anyway.
You can also manifest things, where you're like, oh, well, this, ooh, spooky, like chainmail. Like when people are like, share this on, otherwise this lady's gonna show up in your window.
Yeah.
People like doing that and everything, that could bring stuff into real life. And, stuff like that happens.
The only one that gets me is like sometimes when they'll ask questions and then like they'll play it back. And I don't necessarily hear what they say, but then they'll put like at the bottom of the screen what it said, and then that's what you hear. And I'm like, oh no, that makes me think of that green toilet or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Whatever words are up on the screen and what you hear it say,
yeah,
and I'm like, crap. Am I hearing it because you said that's what it is, or am I hearing it because that's what's being said?
Because you can read it and change it in your mind.
Right.
Yeah.
So. What is that? Blue Pyramid. Something like that.
I'm trying to think of it. I keep just thinking red rum.
Red rum!
Yeah.
Red rum!
And I'm excited because we're almost to where we can start doing the Christmas time is here. I know how much you love that.
So, I did actually, as I was showing you, got the app on my phone that has pretty good reviews, but I haven't really had a lot of time to use it. And I'm also afraid with it being an app that it might be a little less trustworthy. Mm-hmm. That there's just things like there's algorithms in it that, I don't
know. I get real spooked. I scare myself with stuff like that. Like I have an app and that was through something else and I didn't look at reviews for it. I just downloaded it. And, you sit there and it's all like, don't put it next to the technology because it shows like magnetums and everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shoot, that's real. Whatever. And then you sit there and, you get all silent and you're like, oh, this is broken, and then you put it down and then you hear a word go through and you're,
yeah.
But then it starts saying stuff like murdered or knife or he killed me. And you're all like, okay.
Right. But see, this one doesn't just do those type of words. Like, it said really weird.
You can run it. I think it'd be cool to run it and get scared.
I'll leave it playing. I'll leave which one was it? The EVP?
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, what it does is does this, and then it's got this right here. And when it comes to strong enough, it'll connect the letters, and it'll say the word. So, like, I was asking, like, random things. Like, I was sitting down here with the dogs, and I was just saying, like, hey, what's over on the floor? And it was, like, animal. And I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
But I had my back. Of course, look how I see
yeah.
off.
Oh gosh, what is it like? Unfunny.
Oh no. Bad review.
Yeah.
Shoot.
1 star.
1 star. You jerk.
If anything, it's a sensory thing. It's cool to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, it's neat. But yeah.
Is it gonna say the word, or do you have to watch to read
says
it?
it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and
Street.
there you go.
What about the street?
Exactly. What does that mean? I
Is there
didn't
someone
ask
outside?
anything. Right. That's
We're
what.
right by the window.
And see, that's when I'm like, okay, is it telling me to look out at the street and I'm going to see a shadow figure out there, or see like those oogie boogie people? Like, I don't want to see that. I'm not looking.
I don't want to look. Man, because you know what that makes me think of? It makes me think of that one time I was on the call with my friend and someone tapped on my window.
Yeah.
Because my friend even heard them tap on the window. And then we went to Boots, and Boots pulled it up on the cameras, and we saw someone.
Yeah.
And then we went and got you and tried to play the cameras back, and there was nothing there. You couldn't
Yeah.
even access it.
Creepy.
It's all like corrupted files or whatever it was. And like, because we couldn't even scroll back to what the time was.
Yeah.
And like, when we woke you up, put the dogs out and everything, you were like, nobody's there. That scared the bejeebies out of me, man.
Fair.
Almost.
I know. That's how I get.
You're right. Continue, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch funny videos before I go to bed to direct myself.
Exactly. But yeah, so we'll leave that running. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I would like to do another investigation of a location like we did a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually talking about that the other day to my friend,
Yeah.
because that was real fun to do.
Just getting time is so tough.
It is.
But-
it is definitely something that we'd have to set outside for.
And locations, like I want to go to that sanitarium, the one that's in West Virginia, I think it is.
Mm.
But they always want big groups, and they want it to be led. And then that's one where they have people go down,
Well, I mean,
walk
there's
down
a-
the hall,
a
and
thing
they're
with
like
that as
shadows
well.
come around you and stuff like that.
With big groups, you're less likely to get attacked. One person singled out, you know?
Yeah.
If you think about it, you know, you get 5 of us down there, and then, you know, it's more hard to target. You know, you just go down there by yourself. Corruption, you know? I feel like we could get, I
Yeah,
mean...
they're like 20, 30 people at a time.
Oh.
That's a lot of people. I'm not down with
No,
that.
I'm not. Not at all.
But to go and do the house, like,
Break in.
I'm saying like 10 people max would be excessive. And that way you could break up into groups and do certain
What you
things,
want to
stuff
do.
like that.
Yeah.
But like even like the Charlie Mackey's, or isn't that what it's called? Buddy Mackey's or Charlie Mackey or whatever it is, the place with the devil hole and stuff like that. Like people pretty much get activity every time they go there. But they have these groups, and the groups are always a large groups, like 20 people. And I feel like
I think about how we went to we did the one part of what we were doing over there was like walking around garbage. Who said we were garbage? Baby's talking about that garbage.
said garage.
Oh, garage? Oh. We don't have one.
Right. No, see, it was in the street, and now it's in Donnie's garage. So let it stay over there.
Oh, cool. But a large part of what I remember about that was walking around in the dark. Don't do that face. That's your scared, freaked out face.
Yeah.
And I do not appreciate that face.
Sorry.
From my point of view. So you're just looking at this wall over here, you know? What did it say?
I missed
Oh,
it.
it's spiked. But it's freaking me out. I can see over here, you know? I can see the dark. I can see into the room a little bit, you know? It's freaking me out.
Yeah. What were you saying?
I don't remember. Oh, was walking around in the dark, but we had those like flashlights that we could ring.
Yeah.
But I remember doing that, and there was nothing about that. We just looked at trees and we were in the dark.
You're talking about when you were with me and Mom, and
Yeah.
we went and stayed in the town that they filmed Runaway Bride in. And then we stayed in that hotel room.
Yeah.
That was
But
haunted. and all that
we
jazz.
walked around at night, like pitch
Yeah, we
black
did
at
a
night.
ghost walk, and the
Yeah.
guy toured us and stuff like that, and took us to the
Garbage
graveyard.
going on.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, that was awful. That's what I mean.
I mean,
so
it was
we
a
just
neat
did a
little
lot of
experience,
walking
but
around
it
at
wasn't
night.
really anything.
No, there was nothing going on.
No, there was not. But it was cool.
Mhm.
It was a nice night out. It was
It
nice
was.
to be out with
It
you
was
guys
nice,
and
yeah.
do something as a
Mhm.
family. But No, I'm talking about like when Mom and I went and stayed overnight in the house down in Virginia Beach, and we got all those ratings, and we could literally hear things talking to us, and we heard that whole conversation going on between the man downstairs,
Yeah. And you thought it
and
was
there
somebody
was
being loud.
no man downstairs. It was a lady, and like that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
I think it'd be cool to go do something like that now that I'm older as well, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, but getting time is tough when you do work and podcasts and college and regular life and concerts and everything.
Because even the concert was hard to fit in, you know?
Gosh. I mean, we made that happen.
Yep.
Because, and it was tough. I had a lot of fallout from that. So, just tired and everything else.
2 days after, I was exhausted.
Still.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good time. I mean, I wouldn't give it up for nothing, but it was just a lot.
Incredibly fun.
So, when it comes to White Noise, what were your expectations going into it? Were you already bummed on thinking about having to watch it?
Well, I like spooky movies. I was excited for the spooky factor, but I'm extra hard when you say it's a horror movie because I love horror movies.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna put it out there. I like the concept of this movie. I think it's cool to think that, you have where one guy's doing this, and if that sees this, and you see that, and then that happens because of this and this, whatever. Cool. I like that. So it's not scary. It's not scary at all. But it's not scary. It was funny at some points. But I mean, it's just a cool concept. It wasn't whatever, and the acting was so with some of it, some parts, and then some of it didn't really make a lot of sense. So,
gotcha. White Noise was released January 7th, 2005, and carried a rating of PG-13. That right there, whenever it comes to horror or scary movies, always makes me nervous as it is, because that means that they've cut some stuff out to try and slide under that PG-13 because they want to get that money as well, as we've talked about before. When it's rated R, that means there's going to be some hardcore stuff.
Hopefully, anyways. Or just a bunch of naked women.
And there's that. It stars Michael Keaton and is directed by Jeffrey Sachs. The runtime is an hour and 41 minutes long. The title, of course, refers to the electronic voice phenomena where voices from the other side can be heard on audio recordings. Something's trying to say something.
I know, man. It's trying to do something, but it won't get it out.
The movie was released during the dump months of the year, which is kind of like the January, February, March timeframe. When, if you think about it,
I was born in March because I'm just a dump baby.
Well, I think what it means is
Finding Nemo came out in March.
I think January and February are really the months of what they're talking about, because in December, like you always get that Christmas movie like Harry Potter's or something Christmassy or something like that. But January, February is like blah. This turned that around. Because it did surprisingly well for being a horror movie. Overall, the movie was not received well by critics, but the audience seemed to love it. It was it most likely because of the topic, because people really are into this kind of stuff, because it's something that the layman can do. I don't have to have a degree to do this kind of stuff. I don't have to think that I'm smart. I literally can get a device. And go sit somewhere and a camera and do this stuff. And I can get proof for myself. I don't care if you believe me or not. I witnessed this. This happened to me. Believe me or not.
Just always feel like dirty after, like my soul has been tainted with demons.
Yeah. The movie had a budget of $10 million and grossed over $90 million total worldwide. Its opening weekend alone over doubled its budget, so that's always a good sign. One thing that I wanted to discuss with you, Beth, was how the film has held up over time. I actually heard you laughing while you were watching it and thought you were on your phone or talking to somebody or doing something else. And you were like, nah, I'm laughing at the CGI.
Yeah. No, I did what? That scared the boilings out of me, man. Graduation. Okay. What a big word. Good job, Ghost. Listen. So I watched it with friends. And we were watching it, because I was like, well, it's serious, but I just wanted to talk to my friends as well, before and go through it. And so we were doing it, and then the scene where he's sitting, he looks behind himself before the things appear. It's garbage. Golf. See, like, what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's my questions too.
Maybe he died while playing golf.
No, that wasn't golf. That was golf. Like Gulf of Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's even worse. You can't even use it.
Ow.
Don't hit things. Can't even use golf in conversation. Like, oh, random just golf. But we were watching it, and that part got me because I was watching with two friends who were real scaredy cats. It's like their first horror movie, they were saying, and everything. So they had one of those timestamp things messed up when like jump scares are supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And so they do a time check, and I'm looking, and I didn't care. And we were watching this go. We're like prepping ourselves for this real scary moment, and those three little ghosts standing. And they look like the emojis that are just like standing. And I just started laughing really hard because, well, I was like, okay, let's go back and look through it because we were expecting something horrible, like real scary and everything, and we got that. And so we went through and we saw that he looked behind himself before those things even appear.
Right.
And it's like, Garbo. Golf.
Yeah. Would you say that there have been movies that we have watched from the 80s that held up better?
Well, yeah, we've had this conversation, how sometimes when we watch movies, like this is from, 2005? We watch where they tried really hard with new technology, and it's just not the same. We watched some 80s movie that was... Separate. We watched some movies during the 80s that were, kind of scary and did get me at some points and everything. And it's like, what is your excuse? And now you're using better technology. You're just taking shortcuts, trying to, contribute. Having a really hard time with this thing. What do you mean? Golf, separate, contribute.
Yeah. Contribute.
Contribute.
Yeah.
Contribute. Kind of garbo. Say cat if you're real. Oh.
Yeah.
It meows at us.
I was like, oh no.
We're turning it off and it says cat. That's how it goes. I don't want to deal with all that.
Yeah, say cat or feline or something along the lines of an animal. Something along the lines of an animal. I'll give you that. We'll see.
No. Building.
Molecule.
Gives us the next equation for the next math.
Yeah.
Opens up a whole new world.
Radio.
That's not even close to cat. Your stomach's acting up something weird over there.
Isn't that creepy?
You're getting gimblies.
Huh. Radio. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I was scared of it at first, and now I'm kind of not scared because it's just saying random words.
And that's my fear, is that it's just saying random words, which aren't necessarily answering something back. And if it was, I don't know, if it was something that was relevant to, then I would be like, okay, I can take that word and say, oh my gosh,
it was like
X,
movie,
Y, Z. But Gulf, what? Oh, my parents live in the Gulf of Mexico in Tampa. Am I supposed to reach that far to
be crazy,
try and make sense of what they're saying?
Yeah.
Contribute? Graduate?
Separate. If it said graduate earlier while we were talking about college, that would have been cool.
Well, right, but it said further after.
Way after, yeah. Or if it was all like podcast or microphone or turn around.
Oh.
I'm not turning around.
I'm not turning around.
I'm already kind of turned around.
If that thing said to turn around, I'm throwing my phone. And that's a childish reaction, and I'm doing it.
I'm real about peeing.
I don't need that. At
least I'm hunched over because I'm trying not to look at the laundry door.
I'll start peeling my face off. I don't need that.
Oh, God. Don't say things like this because I have to go upstairs. You can just waddle over in your room. I have to go back upstairs, back into my room, where I sleep with the lights on because I'm scared.
That's fair.
You have to sleep in the pitch black.
Yeah, but I got Mom. Mom protects me.
That's nice.
Mom says horrible things. Mom be like, yeah, I woke up and I like, all of a sudden I could feel there was something in the room, and I looked over on your side and there was like this real big black mass, and it was really giving a horrible feeling and kind of like hunching over you. And I just closed my eyes and everything went, wake me up. Don't let black masses hunch over me and just deal with me. And she's all, no, it's going to get you. It gets you. It's not going to get me. I'm like, that is the worst damn thing I heard. She said one time when we lived a long time ago that she said she woke up and she saw something that was like lingering over me, like floating over me or something like that with a really scary face and stuff like that. And she just turned over and closed her eyes and look, if you can stop seeing things floating over me,
man. It's your karma.
I really it's my karma. Comes out.
Turn this thing off. It's freaking me out.
It's a wall.
Yeah, turn it off.
Why?
I'm having a hard time with it. It keeps scaring me. I'm gonna tinkle.
Yeah, it's fun.
No, turn it off. It's not fun. You're talking about horrible topics, things lingering over me while I'm sleeping. I don't need to deal with that.
All right.
Turn that shit off.
It's off.
I'm gonna swear.
Well,
it's freaking me out. I'm done. Go in now, ghost. Be gone.
Be gone. Oh, no. No, he's going to follow me.
Stop.
You'll hear that voice.
I'm going to go upstairs and touch my crystals and hope for the best. I'm going to put them on me while I sleep.
And you hear, separate. No.
I'm getting in my car and leaving.
That's not what
Where am I going to go?
That's not what you want to do in this situation.
No, it's not. Because I'm going to see things in the street.
Yeah. That's how they get you.
It's going to come down here and snuggle in.
Like Pudge.
Yeah, but then I don't want to be on your side and things hover over me. That's real awful. What do you do with that information? You wake up and go back your day?
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I said.
Next night I'm going to bed, I'm all like...
That's exactly what I said. What am I supposed to do with that information? Do you know I have a hard enough time when she tells me that stuff? And then I get up and I get up. Oh, I gotta pee. So I'm going to pee and I'm walking. And at that point in time, I'm not awake enough yet. So my mind's not filtering. Then I'm in there going pee. Now I'm waking up. And all I'm thinking about the fact is that I closed that damn door, the bathroom door, and it's all bright inside. So now I have to wash my hands. And even though the bedroom door is literally right there, I have to open this door, get out in the dark, turn the light off, be in the dark, and get in the bedroom. And I'm terrified. And I'm a 40-something-year-old man.
Bring your phone.
I do.
Oh.
That makes it worse. I don't want to
that's how I used to feel when we lived at Swanton. And how the bedrooms were set there. You were across from you were directly across from my bathroom or my bedroom.
Yeah.
Next to the bathroom.
Yes.
It's right there, next to all of us. And having run in there, already afraid of trying to not wake you guys up. But you run into the bathroom, do your business, nice and shiny in there. Now you have to open the bathroom where you see a long corridor, the dark stairs, the dark everything else, and then go back into my room where it's dark in there too.
Yeah.
Not fun.
No.
Horrible times. Now the bathroom's just connected directly to my bedroom, so I don't have to worry about jack shit. Or jack jank. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, look.
But and I keep my room lit.
Yeah.
Stays bright up in my room.
Again, try being a kid who sleepwalks and
That's
who wakes up on the front porch sleeping.
Mm-mm. Or you wake up downstairs in the kitchen where all the lights are off.
Yeah.
Where am I?
I mean, so that stuff happened to me.
Oh, you sleepwalked? I didn't even know that.
I sleptwalk, yeah.
What caused that? The black mass?
Stress.
Hmm.
Just, yeah. So I would wake up. I didn't tell you this story?
No.
So there was one night that
Sorry,
I slept.
I can see it's because I could see the laundry room. It's really messing because there's all just black in there.
I sleptwalk, and I walked out the front door. We had 2 doors. We had a door out of the kitchen and one out the front door. We primarily used the kitchen door.
Mm-hmm.
Walked out the front door, went and laid down on the front porch, and went back to sleep. My dad was in the living room.
He watched you do it?
Yes.
Oh.
And it was nighttime. 10 o'clock maybe? I wake up out there, and I'm like, the hell am I doing out here? Terrified. So I instantly run back into the house.
Oh.
And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm out there. Why am I outside? He's like, yeah, I was kind of wondering what you were doing. That's it? That's all you got for me, pal?
I mean, think about yourself. When you do the same thing to what we do first, be like,
well, when I'm going out the door unlocking it, I probably would say, hey, what are you doing?
And if I didn't reply,
and if I didn't reply, then there was nights that he told me that I was running around like I was Mario, and I told him that he needed to move because I needed to kill a mushroom, a Goomba.
A Goomba, of course. Use the proper name.
There was a night when I went into their bedroom and peed on the side of their bed.
God, I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad.
Yep. Straight up did that.
What are you doing?
Sleptwalk. Sleptwalk right in there and just...
You get in trouble for it?
No. Because I was sleepwalking?
You know, they always say don't wake someone who's sleepwalking.
Did. Right.
Why not?
It's like really bad. Like you can freak them out. They come out of it and they're like terrified. Yeah.
Well, you were scared anyways, right?
Yeah. I was not
so what's the point?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I have a lot of questions.
I don't have a lot of answers.
I don't sleepwalk.
Well, you don't want to start. So.
Maybe that's why you got the black masses. Great. Maybe they keep you from sleepwalking. No, they don't. They're giving you horrible vibes. You gotta invest in some kind of...
You know, the worst part about this is I'm going to go to bed thinking about this crap.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get up to go to the restroom again, because I always do, and it's all going to be in my head, and I don't have it right there to my room like you do. I have to go out in the hallway and look down at the peering black and be like...
Well, that's how I feel when the door... Because there's 2 doors, you know. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, the cat just scared the crap out of me. Because it came out of nowhere. Go away. Oh, God. But sometimes the other door gets left open. And by sometimes, I mean all the time. Because there's no respect for anybody else in this household. And so I go in and I have my door where I had semi-open. And either I do now, I have to check and see if the other door is closed. Or I go and I sit on the toilet and the door, and I realize then afterwards that the door is wide open. Dark blackness seeping in. Go away. And either the cat's going to come in or some demons, you know? What do I get?
You see the door? Did the door move? Did it move?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you put your glasses on when you go?
I don't know. It depends. Sometimes I wake up and I don't have my glasses on. If I wake up and I have to pee like that, yeah. I'm up. I've had times before where I've woken up at like 1 a.m., peed, and then just stayed up for another 3 hours. Because I wake up.
Well, I'm just curious.
But.
Like how you can see, how good your vision is.
Well, I can see colors. So if I don't have my glasses on and it's nighttime, I turn on the light, obviously, because I'm pee pants.
Right.
Oh, maybe. Well, sometimes I don't actually, because my light. I have the blue light for my LEDs in my room. What are you gonna do? Jump up here? There's no room for you up here, cat. You just want me to pet you from the floor. There. That's all you're gonna get. But the light, sometimes when it's like, I don't turn on the bathroom light because the light from my room emanates the light in the thing. But I freak myself out because then the darkness goes around the door. Because it's like there's this real small sliver of what I can see from the whatever. And it's too much. Because then I think, oh, well. God, he went underneath me and it felt really weird on the back of my leg hairs. I don't know where he went. Oh, I see him. He's by the wires. Be careful because he likes to chew them.
Yeah.
I like to think that he confuses them for snakes. But then I get into my head, I'm all like, I get real paranoid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, somebody is in the tub.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting. So I get real quiet.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, they're not going to hear me come in and pee.
Right.
But I get real quiet. I'm like, maybe I can convince them I'm not really here. Because I've gotten so quiet. They're going to be like, what the hell? Yeah. Because they're going to wait because I always think about that one story of the girl who was on her bed and she had left to go get something out of her apartment and it came back in, but she left her door unlocked for the time that she was out. Or something. It was something where somebody was under her bed. It was a true story. And she went into the bathroom because she knew someone was under the bed, and the guy under the bed was waiting for her to come back so that he was going to stab at her legs and kill her. And she had called the police, and the police arrived and got him out. But that guy was waiting under her bed for her to come back out of the bathroom. And I think about that all the time. I think about the guy who stayed under girls' cars.
Yeah.
And got their ankles like that. And every time I go out of my car at night, I'm looking underneath my car and thankfully the Xterra is high up.
Yeah.
So you can see for the most part if somebody's underneath. But bro.
Yeah.
What a horrible, I don't want to go out like that.
No. I used to be good, big brave guy when I was in the Navy, and the ship I was on haunted 100%. But I lived out in town for a while after I got hurt. And I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. And the dude that had been sleeping on the couch because he was going to be getting out earlier. And we didn't want to do a 2-bedroom and then be left with it. So we did 1 bedroom. He was going to sleep on the couch. He was up in Philly. So it was just me. And I already had bad vibes about this place as it was. I was like, well, I'll be slick chicken. When I go into the bathroom, I'll leave the light on out in the hallway too. So that way there's lights on out there, lights in the bathroom.
Demons can get me. Yeah.
Door closed. What do I see underneath the door? Shadows. I see shadows moving. That's not better. I gotta tell you, I'd rather love the dark. I didn't even like to close my eyes to wash my face in the shower. That's how paranoid I was. I literally had soap in my eyes because I'm like, no, you're not getting me. I'm going to open my eyes and your face is going to be in front of my face. I have a question.
And it's just a thing I saw. Do you, when you wash your hair and everything, face the shower head?
I face away.
Yeah. People face the shower.
That's weird.
Stay in the shower and wash their hair and everything.
That's weird.
So, water in your eyes.
No, don't do it that way.
I'm like, because it always makes me think of the episode. I always, because I tried to have my eyes, open and everything, and the water pour of your eyes, dramatic scenes in the acting. Because I think of the episode where Owen is all beat up because he cheated on Christina.
Yeah.
And he's in the shower crying. Or no, was it before that? And he's just having war flashbacks instead at that point. One of the other times. But he has the water going into his eyes and everything, playing on. He's all, talking to her. And I'm like, ow! Ow!
Yeah.
I don't want water in my eyes, soap in my eyes. It's horrible. It's painful. Yeah, no, I get real into my head about scary things like that, and I try not to. And I get real crappy. When I go to friends, I hate going to people's houses because they do not respect the fact that I need light. I need it. You know, when I went to go stay up with Grandma and Poppy, there was this little light on the TV that I had to stare at in order to fall asleep. Because I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I had to keep being like, it's fine. I'm safe.
They don't leave their stove light on in the kitchen?
There was no light on.
You should have asked. They have a stove light they can turn on.
Well, it
so
was
in the kitchen, it's
dark. Completely. There was a little clock.
Yeah.
The clock helps with the noise.
Yeah.
And I focus on that and the light, and it's fine. But at other friends' house, I'll be like, Kara does a really nice job because if you sleep downstairs on her couches and stuff, and not in her room, her parents keep up lights year round, like cool little decorated lights. Even around holidays, they have little lights. It's always something going on. But in her room, it is pitch black. And when we stayed over one of the nights, she was like, "Oh, let's go up in the room," and they were like, "All right, we're gonna turn off all the lights." And I got real crappy. I was real poo butt, and people they kept like trying to be like, "Blah, blah, blah, blah," and I was like, "No, stay quiet. Don't make one sound. I'm gonna freak out. I'll flip out. I'm having a horrible time." But I used to sleep where when we had the little iPads, I'd set the timer to 15 minutes. And so you have the light on for 15 minutes. But sometimes I'd be awake longer than the 15 minutes and it'd go dim. I'm like, no. And if I'm somewhere where they do not have a light on for me, I turn on my phone. I have my phone on for the 5 minutes that's gonna be on, and I close my eyes so that when the light hits my eyelids, that I can trick myself to be like, okay, this is enough lights, and I'm fine. But I cannot sleep unless I do something like that.
It's funny, when the first time I stayed over another kid's house, I actually slept on his floor so I could see under his door because light was coming from that. Mm-hmm. And so I was in the light that was being emitted under the door.
Yeah.
And I could not. Yeah, he was like, "You sure you don't want to sleep?" I'm like, "No, man, I'm good."
Yeah, no,
it's too dark over here. I have to be in this light.
Progressional thing because I start off with like the technologies that turn off after a certain amount of time, and then I had where we had night lights because we were given those, and it was like, oh hell yeah, I'm using these night lights, but the night lights only illuminate half your room, if that. You have this little source of light, and then I got gifted the LEDs for Christmas one year. And those things light up my whole room. So then I'm pretty much in full, like, the lights might have well be on,
Yeah.
And you have all that on. And now I literally, I can't sleep. I can't sleep well unless the lights are, like, on like that. Because it's janky. It's scary. I get into my head. I see things. If they were like, if someone wanted to diagnose me and they were like, you have schizophrenia, but only in, like, pitch black situations, I'd be like, yes, I see things moving around in the dark. It's horrible. Like, it's the same thing, like, if, like, in, like, certain situations, if under enough stress, or if I'm just somewhere where there's, like, no sensory stuff going on, the walls move. And textures get really sensitive, and things move, and I have to look around, but things get horrible. Like when I stand in your room, because everything's pretty much the same texture and everything. If I'm standing there for too long and looking at like the things, everything starts moving. But it's like that in the dark. There was one night when you still had the big bed that you guys used to hang laundry on later on in the one room.
Yeah.
You guys still used that one, but you had laundry on it and everything. And we were laying on the floor, and I can't remember who had said it before, but we were like, before we were all like decided that, okay, bedtime, it was like, yeah, I don't like sleeping in here because the clothes, the hangers and everything, they look like people when we sleep and the lights are off. It's all people moving. I was like, huh. What am I gonna look at now? The floor?
It's funny that you say that.
The moonlight illuminating
Yeah. When I'm in dark, like pitch black dark, I can see movement of stuff too. It looks like it goes light to dark. You see
and
that.
And then I used to have like real, or I feel like I probably still do, but like I can see in the dark. I can I see things. I can literally see. And stuff moves. That's why I have a hard time with shadows.
Yeah.
Because you're like, ooh, spooky shadow. Sometimes stuff is just not there.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't like thinking. I can see so far behind. Like my peripheral is crazy. So like if I shift and then or like glasses have shadows and they bounce back and it's bang. But then I wake up sometimes and my glasses aren't on and I'm just peering and I don't have any kind of solid shape. It's all just colors. Horrible if the lights aren't on. I would rather be dead than wake up in the middle of the night at somebody's house and they have no lights on, because it is the worst feeling.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that's why it's all fun and games. You're like, oh, whatever. I don't really need all the light source. Like we had the lamp that we brought down here, and we set up the little fort, which this would be kind of a good place to do that because it's things to highlight. But we had the fort set up. We had all that cool stuff. We had the chairs and everything that we had done. We're chilling. About to fall asleep, somebody grabs my leg. Who grabbed my leg? Ruined the whole thing. Now we're going upstairs. I'm sleeping in my own bed. I don't want to talk to anybody for 3 days. Horrible. I think about that all the time.
I don't want to talk to him for like 3 days.
Like somebody, full hand wrapped around my leg to the point where we had to call people. And we were like, did you come downstairs and do this? Like, are you somewhere here?
Yeah.
Being like, is someone pulling a joke on us? Because I felt that for real.
Yeah.
It wasn't where my muscle spasmed or whatever. That was a full hand on the back of my leg.
I don't appreciate that.
It was terrifying, man. Because you're in a tent. There's the outside of the tent, dark, pitch black.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on outside the tent. We're in a living room. So if it is somebody that isn't in the house, someone's broken in, great.
Right.
And I learned very quickly in the situations like that my siblings aren't any help because they're just going to hide. Because I was all like, just peek outside to see if someone's there. It grabbed me. How about you look next, I'm the one who got affected. I don't like thinking too much about, it's kind of contradictory because it would be really cool to do the EVP stuff and go to the boxes, but I feel like things get too attached to me. And because I'm so whatever with like the manifesting stuff and the spiritual like feeling, really I feel a lot, very emotional, very everything, things cling to me and I do not like it.
Yeah.
And I get thoughts, I get paranoid because I can't stay positive. I get very negative very fast.
Yeah.
And so it'd be cool to go to places and be all like, oh, how are you? And how's death? And how's life? Well, you're asking questions. How did you die? How old are you? When did you die? Where did you die? Who killed you? Negative. And I don't want to be all scratched up by some demon. They do like that. That happens to people. I don't want that. That ain't gonna happen to me. I'm bringing my amethyst crystals, I'm showing them freaking decked out. I'm terrified. I mean, that was really scary, to be, I was that sophomore year, 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
You're just laying down, you're trying to have a good time, and somebody grabs you, no, we're done. You've ruined it for everyone.
The game is over.
But
nice.
We have not even started.
I'm gonna start. Jump into it. So, like I said, our discussions are more about it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that's the topic. That is the topic. The movie is the jumping point. So, anyway. So the car of successful author Anna Rivers is found disabled next to the river. The thought being that she accidentally fell into the river while trying to change a flat tire.
Oh, wow, you're really jumping into it. None of that lovey-dovey stuff at the beginning where they're talking about how she's pregnant and everything.
Nah.
All right. I hated that. It's disgusting.
Jonathan Rivers, a highly stressed professional, notices that a strange man is watching him from outside his home and his office.
First qualm. We never really get into the fact that he's a like an architect. Like, it feels like something that's more important than it really is. Because he's all like, whatever. Like, what happens to his job? Why does nobody call him to be like, where are you at? Why are you spending so much time with all this stuff? Are you okay? Because he seems to be a really important person.
Yeah.
That scratching was so loud.
I'm sorry.
Lob, that was so loud.
Sorry to everybody.
Scratching on my beard.
Yeah, it was on my face itches.
Grabs.
Sorry. That man tells him that his wife, renowned writer Anna Rivers, is dead and at peace because she has talked to him from the other side.
She was not at peace. She had lots of things to do.
Yeah. I still would not be pleased with somebody coming and telling me this.
I don't know. It depends. I feel like if I had a kid die.
Yeah.
And because in that sense you have a lost kid who's coming to be like, somebody help me find my mom. I'm gonna be real sad. I'm gonna be all like, all right, let me talk to my little Timmy, But if it's like a significant other, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, go take your scam somewhere else, I'm sad. Leave me alone.
Jonathan Rivers dismisses him violently, but that night 2 police officers arrive. Anna has been found dead. The cause was not a robbery gone awry because she had her mobile phone and personal items on her. So basically just an accident. So her being clumsy.
Which is weird because, she went out for the drink with a friend and then nobody ever said anything about that either. Would you let her go home drunk? Obviously she wasn't drunk. She was with the baby, but, at what point did she leave? How did she get there? Why didn't you follow up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause she never called while she was at the thing with the friend. The friend was all like, I don't know. Whatever. Quam 3.
Sometime later, Jonathan has not adjusted himself to being a widower, although he takes shelter in his job. One day, Jonathan is with one of his investors who has contracted him. They're both going down in a lift when they get stuck and the lights are out. At that moment, Jonathan's mobile phone rings and it says Anna's phone. Jonathan gets so surprised that he doesn't pick it up. The lift soon starts working again and he goes on business as usual. However, back home, he checks Anna's mobile phone, still in the plastic bag. The police had given it to him, and it had run out of battery. At that very same moment, Jonathan's phone rings again, and again it says Anna's mobile phone. He picks it up, and white noise is heard.
No.
Suddenly, somebody hangs up at the other side of the line. That night, female whispers are heard. Also, a message gets recorded in Jonathan's line phone, but he was unable to hear it once, as the answering machine will say that there are no messages left after he heard it once. So, that's not a good idea. So, Jonathan decides to visit Raymond Price at his home. Sarah Tate is there, still with tears on her cheeks. Sarah leaves him alone. Ray tells Jonathan that he is not a medium or a magician. He just records images amidst the white noise and shows him the messages of a female voice calling out Jonathan, Jonathan over and over again amidst white noise. Sarah offers a cup of coffee to Jonathan and she tells him that she has become addicted to the recordings. Sarah is satisfied because they have just interpreted that her ex-fiancé is happy in the other realm. Jonathan starts tuning in the car radio at home, always looking for the white noise. One day while driving, he hears a female voice whispering something. Because of that distraction, he almost has an accident while driving. Back at Raymond's home, John is left alone hearing Anna and some more voices. Suddenly, angry sounds and images seem to invade the room, but Raymond deletes them in front of Jonathan.
Which is so crap. He just deletes the message. He's like, oh, they're gone. The demons are gone. No, they're still there. They're still talking.
Right. Raymond says that not all voices are nice, that Jonathan shouldn't get nervous, and that they are closer to getting an image of Anna. Jonathan goes back home, but Raymond tells him to see him again fast. When Jonathan arrives, Raymond's home door is open, so he enters. Everything is dark. Some figures appear on the TV's white noise, and Raymond is dead. Maybe because of fright? Jonathan calls.
Well, he was all tangled up in the video, which are like someone had wrapped it around his neck.
Yeah. After the funeral, Sarah helps Jonathan to find Anna's original recordings. Alongside some fun messages, they find insulting like pig rot. Mike is Jonathan's only son. He wonders why his father has bought so many TVs all of a sudden. And Jonathan tells him that it's better so that each one can see each favorite TV program.
It took me so long to realize that his kid was a shared child, not between Anna and him, but the other lady. Because I thought the other lady was like some neighbor that had a kid as well, and they were sharing, like, she had her own kid.
I gotcha.
And it took me so long to realize that. Because he was like, take care of your mom. And I was like, isn't his mom dead? What?
Nice. What? Jonathan doesn't pay much attention to Mike, as he's always too busy with the recordings. Jonathan visits a blind psychic, who says that Jonathan's doing a very dangerous thing because some of them don't like how he's interfering with everything.
I know she was blind.
Yeah.
I was like, why won't she make eye contact? Now I feel like a jerk.
Nice.
Oops.
And she keeps hearing the words Willow Avenue. Even though the psychic tells him that Anna was pregnant, he doesn't believe her. The psychic tells Jonathan that he's misinterpreting everything. Next time in front of the TV, he watches many different faces, some of them menacing. Which was creepy. I mean...
Yeah, the faces are... That was definitely ominous, because, obviously it's not there, right? They're not in the... because you're looking at things like, oh my gosh, these people are around me.
Yeah.
But the poor CGI.
Yeah.
When am I watching Casper's for the Family Grows,
Friendly.
I didn't mean to say family. I did mean to say friendly.
Yeah. The creepiness of it, there's the creepy factor of the static, and then I kind of attach that to Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, if I stare at that stuff, I start to see things in them. And that freaks me out too. So, that just...
I don't want to hear things either,
part of my mind. What is that? No. But I don't want to see, like, the shadowy, like, the people, like, in the faces and stuff. I'm good.
I do not want to see that. I'm not looking at the screen like that.
No. Jonathan visits Susie Tomlinson, whose mother died when she was born. Apparently, her grandmother has tried to contact her mother, and the former promised to tell her whether she has been able to talk to Susie's mother after her death. Susie says that her grandmother died 2 days ago, but Jonathan has been receiving messages from her for a week. Mike wonders what his father is doing, but he never gives a clear answer or pays much attention to him.
Poor Mike,
Mike tells his father to be careful. Yeah, it's completely just neglect. It's like, I want to be your kid. And he's kind of like, nah, I don't have a lot of time for you right now.
Yeah, really.
Next time, Jonathan watches Anna tell him to come look for her. When he gets near to the screen, Anna is terrified and screaming. The shadows of 3 men seem to have terrified Anna. A male voice also whispers, Willow Avenue. Jonathan goes there in a wet, dark night. Once there is a short circuit in a high-voltage cable and pole. When approaching the site of a car accident, Jonathan notices 3 black shadows flying away. Closer, he notices a bloodied woman trapped within her car, shouting for him to save her baby. The mother dies, but the baby is rescued by Jonathan. Carol Black's husband, Frank, refuses to listen to Jonathan, who realizes that Anna is showing him the future of people who are going to die, when Jonathan is sure that he's shown only the cases which he can help in. Which, that was a neat...
Final Destination vibe.
Yeah,
I mean... I don't want to mess with all that.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of a cool little twist, and I was like, okay.
I do like that aspect of it. It was different,
Yeah. The shadows appear again amidst white noise. They realize that they have Mary Freeman, a kidnapped woman, on Raymond's tapes. Anna tries to tell him where Mary is, but they can't understand her well. Sarah also appears on the images. That night, bro, don't tell me if I appear on the images, by the way.
I know, oh god, I don't want to see that.
It's not good to show up on the images.
No.
That night, Jonathan can't sleep well, and he leaves the door open as he hears Sarah mutter in her sleep. When Jonathan goes to watch, he watches Sarah jumping backwards from the balcony on her home with dazed open eyes. Sarah is still alive at a hospital, although she's in critical state. Detective Smits wants to question Jonathan later on. Sarah wakes up to say that it hurts. It hurts.
Which is what she said in the video.
Yeah. Yes. And again, no thank you.
Yeah, for real.
When Jonathan returns home, everything is a mess, but his equipment is still working. He is shown a place before the three strangers' presences appear. Smits appears after Jonathan has left and gets puzzled over the mess. He distinguishes the terrified face of Mary in Jonathan's monitor. Meanwhile, Jonathan drives like a maniac to reach Pier 16, following the images that he saw. He phones Smits to tell him of the place, but he doesn't seem to understand at the derelict place. John arrives to see many screens and monitors on. A man is lurking in the shadows behind him. Anna's image advises him to leave now. Immediately, the shadows of the three men appear on the turned-on screens. Jonathan sees what looks like the torture tools of a psychopath who's waiting for him while Mary is tied down. The three presents are present, like just standing up in the thing. The psycho is the worker who got Jonathan and the contractor from the lift. He says that the three presents had asked him to bring Anna to them as well. Sarah is turning and tossing and at the hospital feeling Jonathan's angst, which was kind of weird.
That was a weird connection. I didn't feel like that was necessary.
When Smits and other police officers arrive, Jonathan has fallen down 3 or 4 stories and is dead. Meh. Mike and Sarah go to the funeral. The radio of the car starts going on to white noise, and we can hear Jonathan's voice saying, "I'm sorry." But Jane, who is going to take care of Mike from then on, turns it off, and Mike smiles. Sarah, in a wheelchair, is left alone at the cemetery. The breeze blows. It's a sunny day, but then the shadows seem to threaten her.
Go do something with yourself, shadows, you know?
Yeah. Jonathan appears with Anne amidst white noise, and they are both smiling. And that's pretty much how it ends.
They live together again.
Yeah. It was a weird movie. And again, I think that the premise of it and getting caught into it. No.
It didn't make a lot of sense. So you think, okay, well maybe he sees the faces of people he needs to kidnap to kill. But what does that have to do with the spirits? You know, what do the spirits get out of it? And then why does he have to torture them? You know, why can't he just kill them? And why is then John brought there and he doesn't kill John immediately? You know, it's like, what? The ending felt like a poorly rushed together thing.
Gotcha. Like they didn't know what to do at the end.
They had a really good idea with first they got shown Price saw him, or Raymond saw him, and then then he sees them before they're about to get murked out, and he can save them. And then they're like, well, maybe the story's got to end at some point. So how does it end? Who's the guy behind the rest of it? You have these shadows, but what's really going on? And they were like, oh, let's just do this.
Yeah.
Because if he had literally waited 5 seconds longer, the cops dude would have arrived and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Because he was going to torture the chick right in front of him,
Right.
They didn't even try tying Jonathan up.
Nope.
Which is a bad ending, I think.
Yeah. I get that. That's yeah. Sometimes it's almost Stephen King-y to me.
Yeah.
To where you have a really good story, a really good topic, but then you're just not quite sure how you want to end it, so you just kind of give this laissez-faire ending.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Whatever.
Very strange. Very...
But good in the way of that's a fear that I would have with getting too far into it.
Because how much is too much? How far are you willing to go?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, my wife's dead, but I can see her through the screen if I look really hard.
Right. But even beyond that,
Can't
even
move on like that.
trying to see his doing like what that guy, like the guy was doing, where he's just into this so much and he gets messages from other people's people. He's just day in, day out sits here surrounded by this, this stuff to do this. That is what I would be afraid that I would do, because you get your whistle wet, and then, like he said, the bad's going to come through too. There's going to be threatening and this and that. And
right, because, I mean, you look and you're like, oh, I'm just here for my wife, but then you get somebody's kid, and they're like, where am I? And you're like, well, I got to help you out.
Yeah. They say more often than not, when there's like the kids things and all that kind of stuff.
It's demons.
It's demons.
It's demons.
Yeah.
I'm not helping you, child.
No. If you, nope. That's what they'd be like. Why would there be a child spirit here? It's not a child spirit.
I mean, but also, sucks if it is.
Yeah, it's demon.
It's demons. It's demons. That's why people also say you're not supposed to change in front of mirrors. Or like reflections.
Yeah.
Bro, everything's reflection. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
But
bad news. I mean, your overall thoughts on the film?
I like the concept. The rest of it was kind of meh.
Gotcha. He did end up, it is said, I was reading, Michael Keaton apologized to the director because he felt like in a lot of the scenes he phoned it in with his acting. He said he didn't give all of what he could have.
It didn't really feel like anything spectacular. It felt like there weren't really scenes to act, though, a lot you're just staring at a screen.
Right.
Or, worried about your wife. There was no building a foundation. It was like, you got to know the wife for one scene that she was dead. And then...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Moves?
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5? I give it 2.5. For kicking it off. It's a good movie.
It's our first spooky month movie.
It is. Oh. It is spooky.
What a horrible way to start.
You son. But yeah, it's spooky, and I think because it's the topic that I'm really into, I think it ups it that much more for me in the game. If it was something I didn't really care about, then I'm stupid. But I like it like that, so I give it 2.5. Any favorite things about it?
Nope.
Nothing.
Not really. There was nothing really to
really jump out at you like that.
Yeah.
So cool. Not a whole bunch of trivia, just because it's just not.
Yeah.
The recordings used in the trailer that is attributed to Stanley Searles' "I Love You" is thought to be the ghostly voice of, I think I'm saying it right, Searles, a former politician who died in 2002. The recording was said to have been made by Searles' daughter, a well-known EVP researcher named Karen Mosey. So, the EVP recording from the trailer, "I Will See You No More," that is attributed to a woman named Ruth Baxter, who died in 1987, is supposedly a recording from Point Lookout, a haunted lighthouse in Maryland, made by an EVP researcher named Sarah Estep. The lighthouse was used as a hospital during the Civil War, and some in their interpretations of the recording believe it to say, "I was seeing the war," or "I was seeing the water."
Yeah.
While it's saying the recording is meant to be authentic by the AAEVP, the Ruth Baxter story is fictional. So the story that they made up to back it is fake, but the EVP from there is real. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
It makes me want to watch ghost stories, but I get scared when I watch ghost stories.
Yeah. I'm such a scaredy baby with this stuff. And it's what I always yell about.
It's like, ooh, cool. And it's like, ooh.
when I watch the people, like when they go there, let's go look, and then they go there and they find something spooky and they run their ass right out the way. Literally, that's why you went there.
I think about how he would lock himself up in like the asylums and in the rooms, and could, like, if you like thinking about myself being in a room in pitch black, I can't see anything. I'm just asking questions and hoping that something moves and shake. Absolutely not. Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Get me out.
You know what I don't like is when they put themselves in the cadaver drawers.
Oh, yeah. One, that feels really disrespectful. But two, you're pretty much asking for something to grab up on you and stuff.
And three,
and to get stuck.
Immediately somebody has to let you out. You are in there. It's locked from the outside. That feeling, literally my chest is tightening thinking about being in that. There's no way. Being that close with my shoulders touching like that to walls, having my face that close to the top of it.
Maybe you get lucky, get put in the big one.
Wouldn't matter. As soon as I was in there, I'm literally going to have an anxiety attack and probably black out.
It gets worse for me because I can, like, being like in an elevator or like in that sense pressed up against somebody else and standing upright. It sucks, but it's, manageable. As soon as I'm laying down and something's on, like, above me, death. I feel like I'm gonna die. It's horrible. It's instant.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I used to feel that way. We were hiding underneath the bunk beds. And be like, I was the first one in. And they're like, oh, get me in. And then it was all like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna get stuck. And then you, like, expand when you stress.
Yeah, and you get stuck. You can't get out unless the person on that side gets out, too.
Yeah, because they're like, no, be quiet, stay, we're fine. And it's all, no, I'm not. No, I'm,
Yep.
Death.
Very cool.
Well, that's all for me. I'm done.
Me too. So, all right, we're going to wrap up tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by and listening to our 60-second episode. We definitely appreciate it more than you could imagine.
Sounds like you said 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Like that's how long it is.
It's more. Of course, best way that you can say you love us is to give us a 5-star review on iTunes. You can email us at the YesYourPodcast@gmail.com. Twitter is twitter.com/YesYourPcast. Instagram is Instagram.com/YesYourPodcast. Facebook, Facebook.com/YesYourPodcast. We do have our secret group, the Truffle Shufflers. Secret question is the host names, James and Beth. We have our website, the YesYourPodcast.com. And our Patreon, if you'd like to go that route, is the Patreon.com/The Nostalgia Group. Shout out to Greg Revan for doing our intro outro music. All right. And as always, we love you. Say goodnight, Beth.
Good night, everyone.